Welcome to another episode of the Seven Podcast. This is about the third episode. I have with me Cherie. She's one of the people that I look up to and definitely inspires me. She runs multiple businesses, one being Black San Diego, a community of Black entrepreneurs that have come together to network and keep the money in the Black community. Her other business is S.A.K.K Realty, which helped me close on my first property, which pretty much changed my life in a sense. So it helped me pay off most of my debt. So that I'm like forever grateful for that. And yeah, thank you for taking your time out for coming here today to do this podcast. Well, we're in a Zoom call, but thank you for coming, taking your time out because you could be doing anything. I know how busy your schedule is. But yeah, how you doing today? And introduce yourself.
Yes. Hi. So thank you for having me. Busy is like an understatement. I know that I think I rescheduled on you like twice this week because my schedule has been here, there, and everywhere. So thank you for being flexible. And again, thank you for having me. So my name is Shree, and I run a nonprofit organization called Black San Diego. We started 6 years ago in 2016, a way to kind of really bring the community together. If you are from San Diego or you've ever visited San Diego, you know that we do not have a Black neighborhood. So we essentially created an online Black community. And what we strive to do is really kind of create a platform for Black entrepreneurs, Black business owners, and Black professionals in order to strengthen and empower our community. Right now, our platform, which is solely based on Facebook, is we have 42,000 members now. We are also on Instagram where we have about 11,000 followers. We do have a website, and we have been able to collect a directory of over 600 Black-owned businesses. So if you think there's no Black people in San Diego, it's a lie. We're here. We're just really spread out. In addition to Black San Diego, I am broker owner of S.A.K.K Realty. I've been in the real estate industry for about 15 years now, really focused on real estate residential in the last 9 years. And in 2017, I decided to take a large leap of faith and start my own real estate company. I now have 6 agents underneath me, and we cover all of Southern California. So that's LA County, Orange County, Riverside County, and then all of San Diego County. So if you're interested or know anybody, definitely we are a team to really help everybody. So thanks for having me. Looking forward to chatting with you today.
For sure. Did you have any breakfast or any coffee or any tea yet?
No, I had some muscle milk this morning after my workout. Got that good protein in me this morning for breakfast. So
okay, you a morning person?
Yeah, I am not a morning person. I'm not an early riser. It's so crazy because when I started my company and left corporate America, everybody says in order to be a successful CEO, you got to be up at 5 a.m. You got to be doing this, you got to be doing that. And I really tried to do that. And I was so miserable. Like I hated it. And once I started realizing that I'm not a morning person, I'm not an early riser, and was like, work for me starts at 9, sometimes it might start at 12, and I'm happy. Business and work still gets done. So yeah.
I'm blessed to be able to just wake up when I feel like it and just go to sleep when I feel like it at this point.
Like,
that
good life.
I wake up in time for the stock market because it opens up 9:30 Eastern time. So I wake up just in time for that.
Right.
So, but after that, I'm done. I might
and then go back to sleep.
Yeah, stay in bed. I ain't got nothing else to do. So it's cold in Chicago, so ain't really that many places to go, especially with COVID. So I'm just saving my money at this point.
Can't relate. Can't relate. It's hot. It's been hot the last few days. Yeah, and we're already 73 degrees right now.
We live like a totally opposite life. Like I have like almost no bills, no responsibilities. But you definitely do. So how do you like normally like start your day? And you always work out?
Yeah, so I do have a personal trainer. I train with him 3 times a week. And then in between that, I try and do something. I really like rollerblading. So that's kind of like my thing too. But normally go drop my girls off, go to the gym, and then I come home and I start working from there. And then my day is kind of I try and control my day, but sometimes my day controls me. And with real estate, you never know what your day is going to bring you. So it could be home inspection, it could be property viewing, writing offers, phone calls, meetings. So really, but I always, that hour in the gym, I leave my work phone like in the car, and I just try and focus on that hour of me and like my self-care and just like really take care of me. So
That's good. That's what's up. I know working out is good for like, I don't know, like after I work out, I feel like my blood flowing. I'm thinking clearly. I wonder, is that the same for you? Like, does it help you with your line of work?
yeah, it does. I used to take my work phone in the gym, and then I realized that kind of defeats the
Oh
purpose.
yeah.
So it really allows me to, yeah, because I'm stopping answering calls or sending text messages. But that hour just really allows me to like really start my day, like you said, get the blood flowing. Really trying to prepare my mental. It really just clears my head, so that way I can be like have the best day ever. Um, Really, some days when I don't feel like working out or feel like getting up, just really getting into the gym, it definitely comes out at a new person. Like, okay, I'm ready to start my day. I'm ready to do
Mm.
whatever I need to do to get the day done. So it definitely is very helpful. I always say I want to live forever, but really, I mean, I know that's not realistic, but really for me, it's more so a matter of being healthy, and living a really good life. I mean, I see people in their 60s, 70s, like with a walker
Mm-hmm.
or just not really capable of kind of moving around. I don't want to be like that. So
For
I
sure.
really just try and take care of myself and really working out. So that way, when I say want to live forever, it means that I just want to live a really healthy and good life until it's my time to go. So
Yeah, I mean, we all have that mindset that because we can live forever based on how we feel, right? I guess. But
right. Mm-hmm.
that time is definitely gonna come. And are you like vegan or
No, I say I'm a part-time vegan. So, and what that
same?
means is that some days, yeah, some days like I'll eat meat and then some days I'll go days without eating meat.
Yeah.
So it really just like, yeah, kind of go up and down. I think the longest I made without meat was probably like almost 2 months.
Sheesh.
And then it's just my life is so busy. And I know it's not an excuse because I mean, vegans who have went years and years, but sometimes it's if you don't plan and with my busy schedule, it's so easy for me to just like go somewhere and grab like burger and fries and keep my day going.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is hard. I wish there were more like fast food vegan spots or something,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's like a grab and go and I don't have time and I would need to like meal prep some vegan items, but I do see the benefit in it. But definitely sometimes I like my steak, so I'm definitely part-time.
Yeah, definitely love steak. But I go a while. I try to go a while without eating meat, whatever. But if I smell some fried chicken, it's over. It's done.
Yeah, I see. I like the skin.
Have you tried that the KFC Impossible Nuggets? There's no thing.
No, that's scary. No, are they
Mhm.
good?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I seen them. I wasn't. It didn't look that appetizing to me, so I just kept it
Okay.
moving. But
Right. See, I don't want if I'm gonna go vegan, like I want to do like the real deal. Like don't try and recreate
yeah.
meat. So I would, yeah, when I'm not eating meat, it's really like a lot of veggies, a lot of fruits. I always say like it's large sides. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to try and recreate something. I just feel like that's just as unhealthy as eating, some McDonald's or something. So
Yeah. Yeah. So like, where you from? Are you like born and raised in San Diego?
actually, I'm not. So I was actually born in Hayward, California. So I'm from the Bay Area. All of my family is from the Bay.
Okay.
Um, So I would say like I was born in the Bay, but San Diego raised me. But I consider both of them home. All of my family is from the Bay Area. I actually only have my mom out here in San Diego, and the rest of my family is in the Bay Area. So that's why I say like it's both. I spent summers in the Bay Area because I used to go visit my dad. So I mean, I'm gonna claim the Bay all day, every day. But definitely San Diego is, true and through as well. So.
For sure, for sure. I know I've been to the Bay a couple of times. Do you fly or drive? Because I drove that twice, and the first time I did it, I was like, I'm not doing this shit again. And the second time, that was definitely my last time. I never went again. Because
Right.
next time I go, I'm definitely flying. But
Flying. Yeah, so I'm not really much of a road trip person anymore. When I was younger though, I mean, I had no choice. I wasn't driving, but my mom used to drive us up there all the time. Me and my younger brother. And I remember hating road trips. And so even now as an adult, I hate road trips. And I think because we did so many of them that I don't like, even for Vegas, I know
Oh
it's like
yeah.
4.5 hours. I
Yeah.
still would take a flight. Yeah. Like I think LA is probably like my cutoff, but even still, depending on what I'm doing in LA, like I still might take that like 30-minute flight to LA just so I can avoid being on the road. So yeah, no road trips,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, for the most part, now at this point in my life, I'm not really a road tripper because I've done my fair share of driving. Like I said, um I went to the Bay twice driving. I've been to Vegas about 3-4 times driving. Um I went to I drove to Houston last year, and then this year I drove from Cali to Chicago. So that took the rest of the life out of me for road tripping.
Yeah, see.
Um
Mm-mm.
if I
No,
road
thank
trip, it
you.
definitely gotta be with somebody, because driving
Right.
alone is just a lot of time for thinking. Like you think about everything,
Yeah.
like anything you could think of, you think of. So I would just be listening to podcasts and stuff. So that's how I ended up
Right.
stumbling upon um starting one, because I was listening to Millionaire Mindsets, and they have an episode talking about how they started, and I was like, maybe I could do that. So I just started looking more into it, and I just jumped into it. I just got everything I needed to get. Just went into it. So is this your first podcast?
I've been on a couple before. So no, I've been on a
Oh,
few here and there over the years. Yep.
okay. So you're like familiar with it and everything. Like, so you're not nervous?
I still get nervous when I have to speak on anything. I'm really shy. I'm an introvert. People don't think that because of Black San Diego and how I'm always at speaking and have speaking engagements and all that and on podcasts. But yeah, I get extremely nervous still. Yeah.
Listen,
So
I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. Like I'm a whole introvert, but yeah, here I am. I I actually created I created Black New York, Black Chicago, Black Alabama, and a Black Gulf Coast. I created those groups based off of what you did. So you basically inspired me to
okay,
do those.
nice.
So I was hoping like one day in the future, something when hopefully COVID's gone, whatever, we could all have a reunion, something like a cookout or whatever. That'd be dope. But
Right.
that's
That
that's
would be
probably
dope.
well, yeah, definitely I'm an introvert, and doing this podcast is like definitely out of my comfort zone. So I feel like we're like in a sense, because we're both Aries and we're both introverts. And one thing I have trouble doing is wrapping my head around the fact that I inspire people, whatever. Because like people will tell me,
Mhm.
and you motivate me, bro, and you doing this, and I just be like, I don't really feel it. Like when people tell me I
Right.
motivate them, I don't know. One, I don't know if it's like 100% genuine when they tell me. I don't know if they were just trying to stick around for when I'm actually unsuccessful. But another side of me actually appreciates it. I just don't know how to show it. Do you feel the same way, or?
I do feel that way. I'm definitely, in addition to being introvert and shy, like I'm very socially awkward. So then, when people say things like that, like I feel like I'm just living my life, I never, um, went into a situation or went into like anything that I do with Black San Diego or real estate or just in life in general, thinking that I was going to inspire people. Like I just be out here living my life. So then when people are like, man, like you're awesome, or I look up to you, or you make me want to do this. And I'm just kind of like, okay, thanks. Like, I don't know what to say, in that sense of, because I don't, I didn't step into a role thinking that this is what it is. But then I know that, I guess God called me to be here and do this, and I just be out here doing things, just trying to live,
I feel
So.
you. Did you always want to be a real estate agent?
No, it's crazy. I did not. So I went to Cal State Long Beach, and I have a degree in business admin with a focus on finance, real estate, and business law. Well, I went to be in the financial field, but because of my classes, I had to take real estate classes, and I got a C in both of my real estate classes because I was just not focused. I was like, this is stupid. Who would want to
A
be a
C.
realtor,
A
Yeah, I
C.
was getting C's like in my real estate classes because I just wasn't interested in it. And then yeah, so then once I graduated and I started working, I worked for a property management company, and my boss, I was actually a property management accountant, and he said, "Hey, I'm going to get my real estate license." I mean, he's like, "I'm going to start a real estate company. You should get a real estate license." And I was like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't have anything else to do. Like, why not? And I went past the first time, and bam, I was like instant realtor. But I was still focused on the accounting aspect. I would do like 1 or 2 deals a year. And then people started knowing me as a realtor. They didn't even know I was an accountant. People don't even know that I was an accountant at all. They only saw me as a realtor. And when I left corporate 2 years ago, I decided to focus strictly on real estate, and it works. Like here I am. Like it really works. So I always feel that God has a way of moving your feet. God has a way of putting you in a position to where you're supposed to be. And had somebody told me that I was going to be in this position, I would have probably laughed because, you come up with your plan, you do your whole vision board every year. And now that I look back, it's like, it's not really your plan, it's God's plan. And so I'm very thankful to be in this position. I actually left corporate right before COVID. So it was like perfect timing because my kids were out of school. So I was able to be at home with them. And then I was just in a position to where not only could I be at home with them, but then I didn't have to be worried about going to work or worried about what's going on with my job. It was like literally I could do my own thing at that time. So
That's what's up. So you basically like dodged COVID. You got out at the right time. Now you living a life.
yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, you talking about you got C's in real estate and you do it well. So I don't understand how
Yeah.
you got C's. You should go back to that school and be like, this is what I do. So y'all want to change my grade? It don't
Change
even
my
matter.
grade.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you have any like lessons learned from doing real estate? Like any nightmare stories?
Whew, I have plenty of those.
What's like one of the worst
Man,
ones?
there is yeah, like real estate is, I mean, it's definitely fun, but it's not always pretty. And it's when people are saying they want to get into real estate, I'm like, well, why? I always ask that question, like, why? Because I feel like we make it look pretty and good on social media, but there's always those like nightmare kind of stories. I remember this was a few years ago. I had a client that wanted to buy a home, and we went to go view this home. Super nice home, really cute, like starter home. And they were relocating from Arizona. Well, I remember seeing this big, huge crack on the wall. And I was like, oh, we can get a home inspection and kind of see what's going on with that if your offer gets accepted. So offer gets accepted. Inspector was like, you need to get further evaluation on this. So we got a foundation specialist to go out there and see what was going on. Turns out that there was a room addition onto the home. Now, the home was probably built in like the 50s. So the home had already settled exactly where it was supposed to be. Well, this room addition was done probably like 2 to 3 years prior. So it was settling, but the way it was settling, it was a settling away from the home. So essentially it was like falling apart from the home. Like it was just completely, this room addition was separating. So they had to put some beams underneath and raise it up. Well, in the process of them raising it up, these two big bolts went into the wall. So then they created another problem. So my clients ended up buying this home. It had to get repaired. This was probably like my longest escrow. It took 180 days for this home to
Oof.
close. Yes. So my clients waited. They were very patient until the home was repaired and fixed. But it ended up being about $20,000-$30,000 to get this home repaired.
Wow.
So that way they can have their home. So yeah, so that was probably like my very interesting, very nightmare, very longest escrow. I had to look to like this had to be a record for the longest escrow ever.
That's
But they
crazy.
were happy at the end. But
That's
yeah,
good that they was even patient to wait that long. Like I would have probably moved on to like another home or something.
I'm
Cause
gonna
like I
get
gotta
another
go.
house
I need to go. I need a house like right now because this ain't it. I'm trying to
right
get big,
now.
trying to get BH, and you're not helping right now.
Yeah, no, for real. I was just like, man, this is crazy. But they waited it out, and yeah, that was just things that they just don't tell you in real estate school, like that this might be something, you know? So definitely a lot of nightmares in real estate. It's definitely a crazy market, especially now when people are bidding 100K over axing, and
hmm
it's definitely, it's like if you don't have cash, you don't have room to play at this point. So
Yeah. hmm Definitely. Yeah, like that. I had my nightmare story when, like, I know when we was in the process of selling my home, that thing happened under the tub, and
yeah,
I didn't know how that was like happening because like I can't inspect that. I can't look under the
all
tub,
right.
and then for the tenant under me to tell me that water's leaking on this through their ceiling, I was like, what? And then to get that repaired, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But it turned out well, and everything worked out.
Yeah,
So I'm thankful for that.
no, for sure. Yeah, you just never know what's gonna happen in real estate. So
Oh yeah, and then
yeah,
definitely you brought up how to like it looks pretty on Instagram or social media. Everything looks pretty on social media because that's people want to show you their best work, but also
right.
yeah, you get caught up in seeing people making these big checks and the big houses they're selling, and like they got TV shows. I think I seen this TV show the other day. It's like a real estate TV show in Atlanta. These females
Yeah, they
do
got
real
like the
estate.
sun selling sunset and the ladies who list. They have like all of those things.
Mm.
Of course, a lot of that stuff is scripted, but yeah, they really don't show like what we kind of have to deal
True.
with, you know, or how many. Yes, we closed on a home or whatever, but how many offers did you have to write before you got an offer accepted? You know,
hmm Yeah, they don't
there are
tell you
always
the real
those.
side.
Yeah, like there's always those things in and too, like a lot of times people feel like we're overpaid, but then I look at it like the amount of hours, like we work 24/7. There's like no time off, you know. It's not like you clock out on Friday, you got your weekend to you, like no, we still working. And sometimes if you're working with a client 6 months and you're showing like all these homes, you're writing in offers, you're their therapist, their counselor, like their marriage counselor, like all these things. And you start
Mhm.
really calculating how many hours you're putting into. Like sometimes we may only make like $5 an hour. Like we're below minimum wage, you know, because the
Mhm.
amount of time that we're putting into all the things that we are dealing with clients and stuff. And that's why I tell people like if you when you're picking a realtor, like you have to really like your realtor. You have to because you're gonna spend so much time with them. You're gonna be talking to them all the time. And you
Mhm.
would hate to have to call somebody and then like y'all not getting along
Yeah.
because then it's just a disaster from there.
What's like some tips you would give some future realtors like that you would have known or you wish you would have known before you started?
Um so I man, I would say like ask questions, like a lot of questions. Because so when I'm interviewing agents, I always ask the question of why real estate? And if their answer is, I want to make a bunch of money, then I tell them that this isn't the industry for you. really you got to have a passion for it. You have to have the love for it. Really understanding what you're getting yourself into, because like I said, it's not all pretty. Um, and really have your clients first in mind when you're into real estate. Also, like learn everything that you can. Real estate doesn't prepare you for um, everything. A lot of stuff that's on the test is not really like in the real world.
Mhm.
So for me, when I started, like I'm really like self-taught, you know, like I had a broker, which was my boss at the time. We were so focused on property management that there was no training. There wasn't time to do anything. I literally attended workshops, webinars, you name it. I did it to kind of learn everything that I possibly could learn about the business. I always tell people, like, no matter what you're doing, no matter what business, what hobby, whatever, your workouts, life, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing, like, perfect it, like, perfect your craft. Because if there are 20,000 realtors and most of the time people know like 5 or 10, what's going to separate you from everyone else? So
Mhm.
it's really just perfecting your craft. So I wish I would have had better mentorship when I started. So I definitely think like when you're starting out, is find a mentor, somebody that's willing to spend time with you and educate you and allowing you to shadow them. Um, and then just really as you grow, like I have a real estate coach. I've been with him for the last maybe like 5 months now, and has
Mhm.
definitely made a huge difference in my business. Um, so if you can afford it, definitely like get a coach, you know. And if you cannot, like mentor, find somebody that's willing to do free mentorship to kind of really help you along the way. So
For sure. I definitely probably need a mentor for stocks because I be getting greedy, don't know when to take profit. And I just be, sometimes I be in profit and don't take it and end up losing all my money. I'm like, damn, I need somebody behind my shoulder to tell me to take it now. If not, I won't take it. But yeah, like I said, either they don't show you the real side of real estate on these TV shows, and that's what like these podcasts are for, so people can know. And that's why I actually created this podcast, so like I can tap into every field of entrepreneurship, like real estate agents, chefs, any way form of way you can make money. I want to tap into that field to see how it is, and so people could be aware of how it really is, to know if they actually want to pursue it or not. Because some people, like you said, they look at your look at you, and you want to be a realtor because all of the it looking good, like it was good on pictures and everything. But
right. Yeah. And I
yeah.
think people try to measure their success to your success
Mm-hmm.
without realizing like what you've done to get to where you are. You know,
Exactly.
like if you're in the first real year of your real estate career and then you're looking at somebody who's been in it 9 years like me, like it took me a lot to get to where I am. You know, I didn't wake up one day and was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill it. Like I'm killing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it literally the last 2 years, by the time I hit year 7, that's when I really started killing it. So you
Yeah.
can't compare your year 1 to somebody's like year 10 or even their year 5, because it just doesn't work like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is possible based on how many people you know, and how good you actually know your stuff. But for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it actually takes a time, and people don't realize that they don't see you like what they said. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym, so they don't see
Yep.
that behind the scenes. They don't see the behind the scenes
Right.
and all the hard work it took. They just want to instant gratification. Like they want that 6-figure check, like you getting. And
Yeah. They want
I
to be
definitely,
millionaires from
yeah.
overnight. I mean, some people I always tell people like it's not impossible, but what are you
Mhm.
willing to do to get there? You know, some people don't show up for themselves every day, and you have to show up every day. It's not going to be handed to you. And I always feel like if you want something, you have to prepare for it. You know, it's like, have you prepared yourself for what you've been praying for? So if you're not getting exactly what you're praying for, then it's either you haven't prepared yourself or God is telling you, like, not yet. So that's how I would look at it. Like, I have to create that space to get exactly what I want and not just thinking I'm gonna wake up and it's just handed to me. Like, that's just not the way the world works. So
Yeah, facts. You could talk about a little bit more about Black San Diego. Is that like you said it's a nonprofit organization?
yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
so what made you start that, and how did you go about that? Because I have a nonprofit too, but I haven't really like taken it off yet. Like haven't really put much work into it. I'm waiting to get like more funds and everything. So I don't know how you started yours, but mine, I feel like I need more funds, and I'll get it like started more later down the line. I got the name and everything done, the logo. So in the future, I'll kick it off. But yeah, how about you?
Yeah, so Black San Diego came about. Um, so with real estate, it was I would go to like networking events, trying to grow my business. And sometimes I would be like the only Black person there. And so definitely made you feel like you was the only Black person there. So I always felt like I had to oversell myself. I had to like shoot off my resume because it was like, what are you doing here? Like, why are you here? What makes you so good that you have to be in this space, you know? And so I would be like, yeah, I got a college degree and I'm a broker and I got this and I got that. And then it was like, oh, come sit next to us. You know, it almost felt like I was begging for a seat at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I would leave out of there like so frustrated. And I was like, man, I would like to have a networking event where it was like more of us, or even if it's just like all of us, like my community. So my business partner, Tanisha, happened to make a post on Facebook and was like, where are the Black owned businesses at? And because she wanted to create a directory. And I told her I had this idea. So we met up at her house, at her kitchen table, and we created Black San Diego. So she wanted to get the directory started. I wanted to hold a networking event. So we started a group and we did an event, and we had over 100 people show up to the first networking event. And people were like, this was so amazing. I feel like you should do this. Keep going. So we actually started an LLC from there. And then we just started holding networking events like every month. As we started growing and taking off, it really kind of turned into a business without us even thinking it was going to turn into a business. And so we decided last year that we were going to turn it into a nonprofit. That we felt that was going to be better for the overall organization. Now we can get grants, we can get money, we can get help, we can have resources. So that's kind of like the direction that we kind of went to. And it's a lot better going the nonprofit route. And people are just so, I mean, even before the nonprofit, I mean, people just love the aspect. And as we started growing in business, we realized that our favorite restaurant would be there one day and then it would be gone tomorrow. And it was like, well, why? And the reason being is like, they don't have the resources for marketing. They don't have the resources for staying afloat. So we, as Black San Diego, we create that, we create the advertising space where people can come in there and post their business. And now they're being seen by 42,000 people. Or if they decide that they want us to advertise for them, then we will post, and now they have even more chance. Or we pin at the top, highlight them, go taste or review their business. So really it's just about connecting, networking, and just really trying to help people like stay in business. I think a lot of times when people are creating a business, this is their passion. Maybe it's a hobby that turned into a business. And I definitely feel like people can definitely make money doing what they're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have a community like us that doesn't grow up in business, where we didn't see our mom, our dad, or aunt, or uncle that had a business, then how do we know how to run one? Like, yes, we can do a product or service, but we don't know how to the business part of it. And when we started this, we saw that so many people were operating a business, but they had no paperwork. They didn't have simple paperwork. So it was just like it was just so many components to it that was like, okay, we have to do this. And we're just going to keep growing and going. I don't know where we're going to end up, but I definitely love seeing all the new businesses pop up from Black San Diego, and a lot of the connections that are being made. I probably wouldn't have met the half the people I met because of Black San Diego, like you. I met you through Black San Diego.
Yep.
So it's just like all those things that are coming full circle, and definitely grateful for that. So
It's crazy because like yeah, I used to be in Black San Diego all the time looking for photography gigs, and anytime somebody was looking for a photography gig, after being in there after for a while, people would actually tag you, so you didn't even gotta come to the group.
mm-hmm.
Like people would
Right,
like tag you and recommend you, and that was like
right.
the dopest thing. So that's what made me want to create Black New York. And I know after 3 years, we don't have as many members as you. After a while, I was like, I mean, I might close this group because it's not reaching the amount of people like Black San Diego. But I'm gonna just keep it going. I'm gonna just let it keep growing because like it's like a self-sustaining group. Like people just keep coming in and posting,
Right.
and obviously you gotta like filter out the post and everything by approving and everything. How's that
Right.
process like approving posts? Because I know you get like a whole bunch per day. So how does that go?
Yes. We get about 1,000 posts a day. So when people are complaining, why haven't my post been approved? Well, that's why. So we do ask for 24 to 48 hours for approval. I feel like half the posts don't even fit the guidelines. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of it is spent like deleting and weeding out,
Oh
um,
yeah.
things like that. Yeah. So just trying to clear it out. It definitely becomes time consuming. I mean, we have somebody that is helping us, and I know people always say like, I want to help, like I don't mind helping, but sometimes there's such sensitive information
Mm-hmm.
that's on there that we can't just enlist any and everybody, you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just because some people are posting like, you know, or they want to post like, hey, can you keep me anonymous, I'm in a domestic violence situation, I really need to get out, I'm really trying to do this, whatever. um, so if we had any Joe Blow that was helping us and they see that, or if they know the person, you know, are they going to take screenshots? So yes, we're thankful for people that want to help us, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just such sensitive information sometimes that we really have to keep it really small.
Yeah.
So that way we know that, hey, the information that's being shared is correct. And then the people that really need help or assistance, that we can provide them private assistance in that aspect. Um, the group gets a little crazy sometimes, a little rowdy. And I know that people will start complaining that oh, this group is ghetto or it's too much, it's that. But I like literally like I'm in a Netflix group, I'm in a single moms group, and both of these groups are have others in them, and they're just as bad, you know. Like my Netflix group, they be in there complaining about and arguing over movies. My single moms group is fighting over um what happened with their custody agreement, things like that, you know. And I just feel like it's not a Black thing. I feel like it's a group thing. When you have 42,000 people in one group who have different personalities, different opinions, different everything, like it's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be some argument. And I
For
always
sure.
say we're one big dysfunctional family at the cookout, and like it's
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know? Like how many times have you been to a cookout and your uncle and your auntie start fighting? Like that's just what it is. Like it's just gonna happen. It's inevitable. So the the approval process does get a little tricky. The group gets a little tricky too, but I figure we agree to disagree and then we move on. Like we still friends, we still family, we still homies. So
Yeah. I go to. I know there's a lot of posts that don't belong in the group, so just a lot of deleting. I know when I come across people that like posting consistently, like their work or whatever, I just
right,
pre-approve them, so I don't have to approve them anymore because that's just time I'm saving just clicking approve.
right.
So Do you have any like book recommendations? I want to start asking people that.
Yes. So I actually read, oh man, it's so my coach had me read these two books recently. Let me make sure I can find it so I can give the exact title. Um, but I read The War of Art and I read Turning Pro. These are both by Stephen Pressfield. You should read The War of Art first and then Turning Pro, because Turning Pro will kind of reference The War of Art. So you definitely want to know what's in there. Those are really good. It's really just changing your mindset in order to turn pro. And I know a lot of times people think, well, I'm already pro, like I got this, you know? And like, although I feel like I could sell water to a well, like I feel like I got that, I know that I don't know everything. And so both of those books I highly recommend. I'm actually reading The Cult of the Customer right now. And that just like getting into the mindset of your clients so that way you can better serve them. So I do like those. And then I also read shoes that I always it's called The Giving, I believe, something like that. Let me double check though. Um uh, Shoot. I think it's called like The Giving. That one was really good. It's really about just really giving. That's basically what it is. And I always felt that was really really resonate. I always feel like the more you give is the more you get. And when you're always kind of like taking from people, like you don't get like I don't know. I just feel like definitely it is a world of giving. And I know that sometimes I don't mind helping people out, especially within like real estate. If I've had clients where we get down to the final wire and they're short $1,000, and I know that some agents will be like, oh well, I'm not helping with 1,000, like they better go ask their cousin, auntie, boyfriend, best friend, whatever, somebody, because they're not willing to give up $1,000 of their commission. For me, I know if I get that $1,000 up, I'm gonna get it back. So I definitely feel like that was a really good book. I try to read Think and Grow Rich. I'm gonna have to revisit that one, but I wish I had more time to read. I'm really working on giving myself more time to read for sure. So.
Yeah, definitely gotta do that because I haven't been reading that much lately either. I just been so like in the moment, living in the moment, doing like being so busy with everything, like trying to juggle doing like podcast stocks, and like I'm working on doing this Amazon thing with the reselling. So it's just been a whole bunch of stuff. So reading, I definitely gotta like put aside time for that because like it's easy to just lay down and not do nothing. But yeah, you got any plans for the future, for like Black San Diego or your real estate business?
Hopefully retire. That is my future plans. I I mean, I take it year by year for sure. But definitely I don't want to work forever. Um, I want to build a foundation. I want to build my legacy, and then I want to get out. A lot of times realtors don't have an exit plan, so they work until they die, because I mean, we're in a business that in an industry that we can work until we take our final breath. And I don't want to do that. So definitely trying to build the S.A.K.K Realty solid foundation to where get some really good agents, they can work, and I'm here, I'm here to guide, I'm here to be a broker. Black San Diego, I want to see this thing go as far as it can go. I definitely feel like we have something in the community. I would love to see it in other states, you know, across the world, so that way Black owned businesses can get the resources and stuff that they need to be successful. So that's what my vision is for Black San Diego. I know that's going to take a team to definitely do that, but I just see that there's so many people struggling in business when they don't have to. So that's definitely what I see. But like I said, I don't want to work forever. That's just not my it's not my plan. I definitely want to travel. So yeah,
Yeah,
just
the
retired.
possibilities is endless with Black San Diego,
Right,
and like people are gonna keep coming to San Diego, and like me, I left San Diego, but I'm still in the group, so it's like
right,
it's a reoccurring thing. Like if I'm in a group and I see people looking for something, I could tag people that I know in San Diego. So like
right,
that group could grow to over 1 million if you let it, but it'll take time, like you said.
right. For sure, for sure.
Yeah. So for the most part, I don't went through all the notes I I
Okay.
had. I
No
don't know.
worries.
I don't know.
No, you're all good. I have my next meeting at
Your next meeting? Oh shit.
yeah, in like 10 minutes and stuff, and then
Okay, I'm
I'm
kind of
off for
close.
the yeah, then I'm off. It's fine. Like I be stacking sometimes. My
All right.
meetings back to back.
So, so to close it
But
out,
no, it's all good.
can you let people
Yeah.
know how to find you?
Yes. So Black San Diego, you can find us on Facebook. Black San Diego, we are a group, so you can request to join. You do not have to be from San Diego to join. You do not have to be Black to join. We allow any and everybody in the group. However, we just ask that you be a Black owned business in San Diego in order to promote your business from there. So you can find us on Instagram as well at Black San Diego. We're also on Twitter as Black San Diego. As far as real estate services, you can find me at sacrealty.com. And I am on Instagram as I love Shea, and that's I love and then SHEEYA. So those are all the platforms that you can really connect with me and grow with me. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I want to thank you again for taking your time. I know you have a busy schedule, so this is pretty dope. I appreciate it. And
For sure. Thanks for having me. Thanks for thinking of me and all that other good stuff. So I appreciate it.
of course, I'm trying to put on for the Black community like you.
All right, thank you. All
All
right.
right,
Well, don't be a stranger. I'll be around.
for sure.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I'm gonna close it out. If you haven't it yet, you can go ahead and check my book out. I also have a book called For the Love of Black Women. It's available on Amazon and Barnes and Nobles, and also it's available as an ebook on all platforms. So if you want to contact me for also do photography, you can find me on Instagram at vivid.view. And yeah, thank you. I just want to thank anybody who's still listening at this point for even um, being here, listening to this podcast, because nowadays it's not really easy getting support, especially when you're first starting out a business. So thank you again. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please drop a review and subscribe. Until next time, peace.